And here we go. This is the first of 3 matches, possibly 3 matches in the battle for the 3rd place. All right, we have as bans, we have a phaser on Simon's side and very unexpected the mothership ban on Jay's side. In the organizational chat we had just a discussion about how the mothership is overpowered, and I somewhat see the problem. Yeah, as it was in the chat right now, this is the battle for 3rd place right now. As ability bans, we have Demolish and Iron Strike. And I'm curious to see that one because I think both Simon and Jay are somewhat unpredictable players. I think they have a few tricks up their sleeves, and I'm curious what they will be doing now. Simon has taken the repeater as a first pick, taken that away from Jay, knowing that he picked that in every one of his winning games, and has gone for the sniper instead. Oh, I see a freezer on Simon. That might just be the executioner, what he's picking next. I don't see why he would pick the freezer otherwise. He's a big fan of the unit, I know, but no, he goes for the hammerhead instead. And the executioner gets taken away by Jay. Let's see if Jay gets his hand on at least a few crowd control abilities to complement his executioner. Because so far he doesn't have any crowd control in his kit, rendering the executioner much less powerful than it could be, as we've seen before in his match against Hate. As for minions, we have again pretty so far actually all matches we've seen were pretty balanced in terms of amount of minions and towers in both drafts. We didn't see matches like 4 towers against 5 minions or the like, so there's also something, it's basically the same thing, but guys, in the finals, please play some weird minion-only builds. I'd love to see that. But for now, it's gonna stay balanced. 2 minions, 3 towers on both sides. Jay indeed got the stun to help his executioner, which is a very nice pick in my opinion. And he's somewhat rendered the freezer on Simon's side much less powerful. It sure does help, but it's not. I think Simon. It would be interesting what he has to say on that. Why he picked the hammerhead instead of the executioner after the freezer. A nice question here in the chat. Dry Flame. I didn't really say that I had a favorite. I was unsure because so far the tournament was a lot different than I expected. That might be partly because the tournament format isn't optimal, to say the least. it's we thought that a knockout would make sense, so we don't have to play an insanely high amount of games. But on the other hand, right now it seems that we're playing not nearly enough games. We're a lot quicker than we expected. Most of the games aren't insanely long. So I just said in another chat that I think for the next tournament it might make sense to do something with the group phase. It was also because at the moment Coregrounds doesn't have an insanely high amount of players. That will be different next year, I hope. I will be working on that a lot, and I think for the next tournament that might be different. But for now that we have a final, I think I have a favorite. I think that the most chances of winning probably lie with Hate, because I think he's the most experienced player, has tried the most different things, and has the most strategies up his sleeve, especially in a best of 5 game. That should be an advantage, but we'll see. I'm very curious to see the finals. I'm also curious who's gonna be the third place. Right now we see Simon building walls pretty aggressively, having built his towers already, moving them in now, and both are spawning minions already, but not too many at the moment. It's a build-up time, I'd say. I haven't talked about the abilities both players picked so far. I will do so now. I think the stun obviously is a nice choice to go with the execution. Now that was a very nice special delivery shot from the sniper. That's what I was talking about yesterday. You can, if a projectile locks into a unit that is currently moving away, the projectile will follow, and that makes for some very nice visual effects, in my opinion. You already see that the shield generator Simon picked is doing a lot of work, especially against the likes of a sniper. That is very powerful, because all units that do high amounts of damage in very little shots are very weak against shields, and I think we'll see that in this game. Yeah, I love those shields too. Even though that's something that might change next year, because what is happening there? It's basically what's currently in the game as a shield isn't a shield, actually. It's an invulnerability, and we should also have shield effects, like some extra health that is not regenerating, but taking damage before you actually lose health. That's something we should have too, and to clarify and have the proper names for it. The shield sometime next year will probably no longer be a shield, but an invulnerability, and we will have shields on top. What is happening now is what usually happens if you have a shield generator build. The minion line will keep on creeping up the enemy. The motherships, the rockets, I mean, are probably they in theory they are very weak against shields, because one shield can easily block 4 or 5 rockets if they're fast enough. But on the other hand, at the moment Jay doesn't have any means of killing those insanely healthy shield generators than the rockets, so it's actually funny business right now. He's using the global target very well though, to single out those shield generators. Good job with him there. Also looks very nice. The global target on a shield generator. Oh, symmetry is awesome. Yeah, but overall map control is very much in favor of Simon right now. The thing is, even though you can control those shield generators quite well by putting a global target on them and let everything shoot it, you kill those, yeah, but you're distracted at the same time. We have the range modifications coming in, so Simon's repeater's already shooting across the minion gap at level 2. That is massive for him, so he can actually duel the sniper right now, especially as he's got the adrenaline. Funnily enough, that is an idea by Simon. Simon thought of the adrenaline, and it's one of the first time he's actually able to use it. He's been complaining about, I invented the unit, you put it into the game, you unlocked it for me for free, but it's been picked so much that I actually couldn't play it. He can now. I'm glad that he can. But yeah, that is making for a very huge power spike right now. Shooting across the minion gap right now, being able to put his hammerhead up there right now. That is a lot of pressure Jay has to deal with. And the funny thing is, Simon just had to spawn these shield generators, and Jay had to take care of those carefully and spending time taking care of those. And during that time, Simon could easily get his repeater up to level 2, get him to shoot at a higher range, and use that in turn to go ahead and move in with his hammerhead. So nice game plan there, nicely executed so far. Let's see what will happen from there. The sniper is already pretty powerful. But those shield generators, they do work. A lot of the damage that would also that would be a very nice statistic to see. I would like to see that. Something I should probably build is a statistic that counts how much damage were actually blocked by any kind of invulnerability. I mean, the sniper does a lot of damage, and there's a very high amount that is going to be blocked at the end of this game, I guess. Yeah, I think that this game is probably gonna go to Simon. If you look at the XP, the hammerhead and repeater are only level 4 and 6, but the splitter already level 8, and the highest on Jay's part is the executioner with level 5. So I think the overall amount of XP gain should be at least 50% more for Simon. Even though the freezer doesn't really do much. It's basically the repeater and the shield generator that bought Simon his enormous advantage. He has messed up by now. The splitter has a lot of XP and probably done a lot of damage, but mostly to walls and minions probably. So I think most of the tactical damage or the tactical advantage gained was by using those repeaters and shield generators. And this is where shield comes in so handy. The timing there though, he will lose that shield generator. At least he will now. And this game, I think this game shows nicely how important the draft phase in Coregrounds is. I think that's also maybe even part of the problem, because in my opinion it's a bit too strong at the moment, or too important, where a little or maybe even a grave mistake during gameplay doesn't necessarily cost you the game. Even a little mistake during the draft phase easily can. So you really have to pay attention to what the enemy's picking and what the enemy's plan is with the draft he's putting up. But now it looks like the phaser is winning that duel against the repeater. The question is, will he win the battle against the hammerhead? At the moment, it looks like he will. Amazing stuff. He will. He will not. Oh, one shot. One shot would have been enough of either phaser or sniper. Well, that was very well played on his part. It shows that this game isn't over yet. At least from Simon's minions perspective, it looks like the game is over. But his towers still pack a punch, and especially if he's moving in to defend against the minions and maybe even level his towers a bit more. Oh, his Kyokushina is gonna die if the hammerhead gets to shoot this now. No, he used the shield. And by now, oh, this is amazing. Look at the range the shield generators have right now. Simon upgraded their range fully, and by now they not only shield minions beside them, but also towers, which is a huge advantage. If he gets more of those out, he will have a row of immortal towers to attack with. And somehow I didn't even see, but somehow Simon's repeater died along the way. I didn't even see that happen. Yeah, regarding that life regeneration, Underfreak, you're right. That is heavy, but I think that Simon has gone for a full life regeneration build in the modifications. And combine that with adrenaline, that is gonna be heavy. Especially if you have a few shields in between. Again now, adrenaline. that would have easily... Oh, the stingers! It's the stingers that are slowly beginning to do that much work. That is why. They are killing not only towers but also minions in masses. Now we're at a point in the game where it was clear that any steps taken so far wouldn't yield a win. It has been a stalemate for a few minutes now, and it's come to that beautiful point where it suddenly is very, very important what you are doing and have been doing in terms of upgrades and experience. By now, that was very well played. A nice move, nice stun timing there, moving in the executioner perfectly to kill the repeater. But in general, right now, it's the funny thing is what just happened was not what I was going to say, but still, in the long run now, this game will probably be decided by who has more upgrades and more XP, or manages to get a few nice picks by a nice tower move and ability, like Jay just did. But still, you can't do those plays all the time. Those happen about every 30 seconds, every minute or so, and everything that happens in between will be heavily influenced by the amount of upgrades and XP gained. So I think overall, this is where the game's gonna be won or lost. Simon is managing to advance his walls crazily. The thing is, executioners are very weak against walls, because against units, if they have some kind of crowd control on their behalf, they do so much damage. But without that, as it is against walls, they just don't do so much damage. Jay could work on his timing a bit regarding the stun. He should begin moving in the phaser and stunning them if they start to move out, or shortly before the phaser is completing his movement, so he can actually damage while the unit is stunned and not afterwards, so he can do more damage. This is losing the sniper there. That could have been a game-changing moment there, because right now Simon is advancing with all his units. He hasn't got that many minions on the map, but he's got those very aggressive walls. He's got these towers which are slowly but steadily creeping in, and the thing is, without the sniper, Jay doesn't have anything to fend off those towers, because the executioner has to move in so closely that yeah, he's gonna fight against at least two other towers instead of one. Nice movement though. He has to rebuild that artillery. That will maybe help him keep the game alive for a bit. But at the moment it sort of looks like this is going to go to Simon. Look at those stingers though, in the base. They are doing work in terms of defense. Oh, the Hammerhead is doing a lot of damage already. Full damage upgrade, level 7. Let me let me calculate for a second. That should be about 1,600 damage in one shot. Maybe a bit less, but yeah, enough that it will one-shot both Heal Ray and Sniper, I guess. I think the only one, Execution is the only one who can actually handle that one shot. And now, I think we're gonna see a stun. Yeah, nice timing there. Little too late on the shield though. And a second shot is enough to kill the Executioner. The Hammerhead is a unit that is not that easy to play against, but if you do it right, you can make it completely useless, basically. If you time something like the shield, like a stun correctly, basically any tower can kill a Hammerhead. Yeah, I didn't move in the repeater because it's on cooldown. Or did you mean the Hammerhead drive lane? I think the Hammerhead wouldn't have been able to come close enough because it only can shoot targets beside it. He can't shoot over 2 tiles. Ah, okay, yeah. Oh, this one is gonna die though. And the Stingers got it. And those Stingers are starting to hurt. They are level 17, almost fully upgraded. And yeah, we also see why the shield generator is powerful against against rockets. Yeah, the rockets managed to kill nearly all of them. But on the other hand, this is a very nice fight. Look at that. The minions. The Stinger is very powerful, but slower than the Splitters. And I think the Splitters should be able to. Yeah, they kill it. Without any tower support, they would have slowly but steadily pushed it into the core. Yeah, that's done. You're right, drive lane. That stun was nice to kill off the Hammerhead. And we have level 18 on the Stingers. And this range is... yeah, the game has sort of a timer. The thing is, if you're against a late game unit like the Stinger, who gets so incredibly powerful in the late game, you have to either have another late game unit that's very strong or win it early. The thing is, Simon didn't win it early, but he has a strong late game unit with the repeater, and he's moved that in. And even though that was a nice stun, this is a trade that Simon definitely will win. With the Hammerhead on his side and yeah, against a Freezer, Repeater and Hammerhead, he won't stand a chance. Yeah. I wonder if that sniper is doing work though. Amazingly enough, I wouldn't have thought so, but the sniper has been flying under the radar for most of this game. So far, almost every important trade J1 was because of his executioner, but now the sniper is coming in. he has been mostly taking care of minions so far, I guess, and hasn't been involved that much in tower brawls, but if he is like he is now, that does make a difference. That hero is gonna go down though. And Simon is in range of the core, doing damage. Actually against rockets, all minions Simon has are good. The shield generator is good, or makes every other minion good against rockets. The splitter is also very good. One splitter takes 3 rockets before it dies. Yeah, I think the space advantage is where Simon could take it home. I think he doesn't even need the minion limit. It's just that if his minions come near the core and shoot a bit, just every now and then, he will be able to slowly but steadily win the game. At the moment, sure, Jay can still somewhat hold off the towers, but the minions are doing damage to the core in the long run. Yeah, but now that he lost his last bits of space, I think this match will be over in the next 15 seconds. I think there's been three things that have been important to Simon's win here. It was the minion pick and how he played them. The repeater early advantage, getting level 2 and having the range advantage. And in the long run, his wall advancement. He basically suffocated Jay out of space, and by now he couldn't even rebuild his towers because he didn't have enough space there. Nice first match. I'm curious to see the next one. All right.